Imagine finding a tiny copper coin that's been sitting in your pocket for years, only to discover it's worth more than $4 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny that could turn you into a millionaire overnight. Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and unbelievable collector stories. And today, we're uncovering the incredible mystery and jaw-dropping value of one of the most elusive coins in American history, the 1988 Lincoln cent. You don't want to miss this. Let's get into it. The origins of the Lincoln penny, ****. The story of the Lincoln penny begins over a century ago. First minted in 1909, this iconic 1-cent coin was designed by Victor David Brenner to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. It became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, a bold move for the time. The Lincoln cent has gone through multiple design changes over the years, but it's always carried the noble image of the 16th President of the United States. For decades, millions, even billions, of these pennies were minted annually. Most of them are worth, well, just a cent. But hidden among them are a few legendary exceptions. And one of those is the rare, mysterious, and extraordinarily valuable 1988 Lincoln penny. What makes the 1988 penny so special? Now, what sets the 1988 penny apart from the billions of others? It's a simple detail, almost invisible to the untrained eye, a tiny design feature that only seasoned collectors or mint experts might catch. But that little difference is what turns a common coin into a fortune. We're talking about the 1988 Lincoln penny with a reverse of 1989. Yes, it sounds subtle, but it's a big deal in the numismatic world. Here's what happened. During the 1988 production year, the U.S. Mint mistakenly used a reverse die that was intended for the 1989 pennies. This created a very limited number of pennies that feature the design characteristics of the following year, specifically in the FG initials near the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. The font, spacing, and position of the engraver Frank Gasparo's initials are just slightly different, but enough to mark it as a major minting error, and in the world of coin collecting, rarity plus error equals astronomical value. Why is it worth millions? Coins like this are the dream of collectors and investors alike. When something is unintentionally created, incredibly rare, and has the official stamp of the U.S. Mint, it becomes more than just currency. It becomes a historical artifact. A collectible. A jackpot. Only a handful of these 1988 reverse of 1989 pennies have ever been authenticated. Some have sold at auction for thousands, tens of thousands, but rumors swirl in coin communities and collector circles that a pristine specimen, perfect grade, untouched by circulation, graded by top-tier services like PCGS or NGC, has been valued at over $4.2 million. Yes, that's $4.2 million. For a penny, why so high? Because it's a 1 in a billion find. Because of its mint state condition, its historical significance, and the frenzy it creates among elite collectors who would pay anything to own such a rarity. The higher the demand and the fewer the coins, the greater the price tag, and let's not forget, this isn't just about a coin. It's about the thrill of the hunt. It's about turning pocket change into a life-changing discovery. Circulation mystery, is it still out there? Here's where it gets really exciting. No one knows exactly how many of these error pennies were minted. The U.S. Mint never announced it, and because they were made using mismatched dies, they could have been part of a small batch that slipped into regular circulation unnoticed. That means, and yes, we're serious, there could still be $1 million penny sitting in someone's piggy bank, coin jar, wallet, or change tray right now. It might be buried in an old drawer, glued to a kid's science project, or sitting in a soda machine reject slot at your local laundromat. Every day, coins exchange hands by the millions. What if one of them is the golden ticket? How to identify the $4.20 million penny? So how do you know if you're holding one of these ultra-rare, millionaire-making pennies? Here's what to look for. 1. Check the date. It must be a 1988 penny. 2. Look at the reverse side, flip the coin and look for the tiny initials, FG, near the Lincoln Memorial. 3. Analyze the style. the 1989 reverse has the FG initials closer to the base of the memorial and in a different font. A magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe can help you spot this subtle difference. Point 4. Get it graded. If you think you have a match, send it to a professional grading service, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. They can officially authenticate and grade your coin, and that can make the difference between a few $100s and a few million. Coin value today, and the market craze, **** today, the coin market is hotter than ever. Thanks to social media, YouTube, and coin collecting influencers, more and more people are becoming aware of rare finds like the 1988 penny. Auction houses are seeing record-breaking sales, and collectors are willing to outbid each other for that one-of-a-kind addition to their collection. Some graded examples of the 1988 reverse of 1989 penny have already sold for $10,000 to $25,000, and experts believe the right coin, in the right condition, with the right buyer, could easily exceed $4.2 million or more. So next time you reach into your pocket, don't just see a handful of coins. See the possibility. The chance. The thrill. Because in a world where people throw away pennies without a second thought, you could be holding a treasure worth millions. Check your coins. Look twice. Do your homework. You never know, your life could change with just one lucky Lincoln. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more treasure hunting stories, and let us know in the comments, have you checked your 1988 pennies yet? Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel where we talk about hidden treasures, rare coins, and the kind of finds that can change your life overnight. Today's video? It's all about one tiny copper coin that could be worth a massive fortune. I'm talking about a 1980 Lincoln penny, a coin that people are whispering might be worth over $4.10 million if you're lucky enough to find the right one. Sounds unbelievable? Stick around, because this story gets crazy. The humble Lincoln penny, 030 to 230, ***. Let's start at the beginning. The Lincoln penny is one of the most iconic coins in American history. First minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it started out with a wheatback design, later changed to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959, and again to the Union Shield in 2010. By 1980, the penny was an everyday coin. Millions were minted, ***, over 7 billion ***, in fact. It was made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, just like it had been since the mid-60s. But here's where things start getting mysterious. Most 1980 pennies are only worth face value. But a select few? They're worth a fortune. And there's one very specific 1980 Lincoln penny that's rumored to have been auctioned, or privately sold, for an astonishing $4.1 million. So what makes a coin worth millions? You might be thinking, how can a coin that was minted in the billions be worth millions? Great question. The answer lies in a combination of minting errors, rarity, condition, and collector demand. Let's break it down. Some coins are struck with errors that slip past the U.S. Mint's quality control. These can include things like double die obverse, where the image on the coin is struck twice, off-center strikes, wrong planchet errors, where a coin is struck on a blank meant for a different denomination, no mint mark or misplaced mint mark, copper versus zinc composition mix-ups, and this is where the 1980 Lincoln penny comes in. There are rumors of an extremely rare transition error in 1980, where a few pennies were allegedly struck using a planchet from pre-1982 copper composition with errors such as a double die, or even being struck on a foreign planchet, making them one-of-a-kind. Imagine finding one of these in your change drawer, and it turns out to be one of the rarest coins on Earth. That's a millionaire story right there, the $1 million penny myth. For 30 to 630, ***. Now, let's talk about this famous, or should I say infamous, $4.1 million penny ***. Some collectors claim that a perfect condition 1980 Lincoln penny with a critical mint error was once sold or valued at over $4 million in a private sale. While this hasn't been officially confirmed by major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, the legend has only grown online. What we do know is that pennies with extremely rare mint errors, especially those in mint state or proof condition, have fetched tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars at public auctions. And in the rare coin world, private sales often happen under the radar, with serious collectors willing to pay any price for a coin they believe is unique. Could the $4.1 million 1980 penny be real? It just might be. And if it is, and if it's still out there, it could be sitting in a drawer, or in a jar of spare change, waiting to be discovered. How to check your 1980 pennies, 6:30 to 8 o'clock, ***. So what can you do? Simple. Start checking your change. Go through your old coin jars. Look closely at any 1980 Lincoln pennies you find. Here's what you want to look for: the date, 1980, no letter means Philadelphia Mint. A D means Denver, and an S means San Francisco. Some errors are tied to specific mints, double die errors. Look at the lettering, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. Weight, normal copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams. Zinc ones, after 1982, weigh only 2.5 grams. If your 1980 penny is way off, you might have something special, off-center strike. Look for odd shapes or missing parts of the design. High quality, no scratches, no wear, full details. And if you find something strange, don't clean it. That ruins the value. Instead, take it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Even just grading a coin can turn a couple cents into thousands of dollars. The millionaire dream lives, 8 to 9:30, ***. Every year, ordinary people become extraordinary collectors. Some find coins worth $10,000. $100,000, even more. And stories of million-dollar pennies, whether myth or mystery, only add to the thrill. Because you never know what's hiding in your pocket, purse, or piggy bank. So, the next time you see a 1980 penny, don't toss it aside. Examine it. It might just be the lucky Lincoln that turns you into a millionaire overnight. After all, it only takes one rare coin to change your life forever. If you found this video exciting, mysterious, or just plain cool, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more treasure hunting stories, and ring the bell so you never miss out on hidden riches. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you're going to start looking now. You might want to check your pocket change after watching this video, because one simple, ordinary-looking penny could make you rich beyond your wildest dreams. Imagine this: a single coin in your collection, just one tiny copper-colored piece of history, turning into a jaw-dropping, life-changing $3.5 million overnight. Sounds unbelievable? Well, buckle up, because today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the rare 1977 Lincoln penny that has collectors going wild and treasure hunters flipping couch cushions across the nation. Don't blink, you might just pass up the most valuable penny of your life. Let's get into it. Scroll, the origins of the Lincoln penny, 045. To truly understand why the 1977 penny is so special, we need to take a quick time machine ride back to the early 20th century. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first time a real person, let alone a president, had ever appeared on a U.S. coin intended for general circulation. Made originally from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, this penny has gone through several changes over the decades, both in composition and in design. But it's always carried Lincoln's noble profile, an American icon on a coin that's touched nearly every hand in the country at some point in time. Magnifying glass tilted left, the year 1977, a common year with an uncommon secret, 2 o'clock. Now, fast forward to 1977. At first glance, this year's penny might seem entirely ordinary. Over 4.4 billion of these coins were minted in Philadelphia alone. Add the one struck in Denver and San Francisco, and you've got a sea of copper coins flooding America's pockets, purses, and piggy banks. But hidden in this ocean of copper are a few mysterious, magical, and mind-blowingly rare pennies that have stunned even the most seasoned numismatists. We're talking about minting errors, off-metal strikes, and experimental planchets that turned some 1977 pennies into literal treasures worth millions. Asterisk, the $3.5 million 1977 Lincoln penny now. Here's the headline you've been waiting for. One of these ultra-rare 1977 Lincoln pennies has been appraised at an eye-watering $3.50 million. Yes, you heard that right. $3.5 million for a 1-cent coin. So what makes this penny so special? It's a combination of rarity, mystery, and historical importance. Some of these pennies were struck on aluminum or silver planchets, meaning they were accidentally printed on the wrong kind of metal. These errors are virtually unheard of, especially in 1977, and only a tiny number escaped the mint's watchful eyes. Imagine finding one of these in a forgotten coin jar or passed down in a collection from a relative. What looks like a regular penny might actually be a priceless error coin, silently sitting in your drawer. In today's red-hot collector's market, rare coin values are soaring like never before. The interest in vintage U.S. coins, particularly those with unique minting errors, has skyrocketed. That means a 1977 Lincoln penny with a known rare error, like being struck on a silver, aluminum, or bronze planchet, or having a dramatic double die, could easily attract 6 to 7 figures at auction. One verified 1977 error penny reportedly sold privately for over $1 million, and experts estimate another known specimen is worth as much as $3.5 million based on rarity, buyer demand, and historic significance. And guess what? There might still be undiscovered coins out there. Coins hiding in plain sight. Coins that could turn you into a millionaire overnight. So, what should you be looking for in your 1977 pennies? Here's your treasure map. Wrong metal planchets. If your penny looks silver, gray, or unusually shiny, it might not be copper at all. Unusual weight. The standard weight of a 1977 penny is 3.11 grams. If it's drastically more or less, it might be a rare composition. Double die errors. Check closely for doubling in the "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and "Date" area. Off-center strikes. Sometimes a misaligned die can create a dramatic-looking error. No mint mark or unusual markings. The absence or misplacement of mint marks can indicate a rare variety. Use a magnifying glass, a digital scale, and a bit of patience. You never know what you'll uncover. If you think you've found a rare 1977 penny, don't just run to eBay. Get it certified. Send it to a respected grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. They will authenticate and grade your coin, giving it the credibility needed to fetch big bucks at auction. Next, connect with top auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. They specialize in high-value coin sales and have access to serious collectors who are willing to pay top dollar. This story isn't just about coins, it's about the hidden value of everyday things, the thrill of discovery, and the wild idea that a single penny, something we often ignore or drop without a second thought, could hold the key to life-changing wealth. That 1977 Lincoln cent in your change jar? It might just be the most valuable thing you own. So, what are you waiting for? Start searching, start checking, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be the next person to strike copper gold. Have you found a rare coin? Share your discovery in the comments below. Who knows, you might just have the next $3.5 million Lincoln penny in your hands right now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, collectors and dreamers from all across the world, today's video might just change your life. You heard that right. There could be a small, seemingly ordinary coin sitting in your pocket, in your drawer, or mixed in your loose change jar that could be worth millions. We're talking about a coin so rare and so valuable, it has turned lucky finders into instant millionaires. It's not gold, it's not silver, it's a humble, copper-colored 1-cent piece. But not just any penny. This is the legendary 1977 Lincoln penny, and it might just be your golden ticket to unimaginable fortune, the $3.3 million Lucky Lincoln penny, 1977 edition, ***. Yes, friends. You heard me right. A single penny, just 1 cent, minted in 1977, featuring the iconic bust of President Abraham Lincoln, could be worth up to $3.3 million in today's collector market. In a world where we're often chasing wealth through stocks, crypto, and real estate, who would have thought that a copper coin from over 40 years ago could rival the worth of a luxury mansion in Beverly Hills? So sit tight, grab your magnifying glasses, and pay close attention, because in this video, we are going deep, really deep, into the astonishing history, the secret variations, and the jaw-dropping current market value of the 1977 Lincoln penny. The history of the Lincoln penny. To understand why the 1977 penny can be so valuable, we need to take a trip back in time. The Lincoln cent was first minted in 1909, to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the very first U.S. coin to feature the face of a president, a major shift in American numismatic design. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny replaced the Indian head cent, which had been in circulation since the 1850s. Over the decades, the Lincoln penny became a cultural icon. It survived world wars, economic depressions, technological revolutions, and countless design tweaks. But one thing remained consistent: Lincoln's stoic profile, facing right, etched into every single coin. By the time 1977 rolled around, the U.S. Mint had already been producing the Lincoln cent for nearly 70 years. That year, more than 4.4 billion pennies were struck, across 3 different facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. On the surface, that might make the 1977 penny seem common. But hidden among the billions are extremely rare error coins, unique variations, and off-metal strikes that make some 1977 pennies worth a literal fortune. What makes the 1977 penny special? Let's get one thing straight: not every 1977 penny is worth millions. But there are several key features and ultra-rare variants that have made some of these coins unbelievably valuable. Let's break them down. Imagine a coin that looks like a penny but was accidentally struck on a dime planchet. It's thinner, shinier, and completely unique. These errors can happen during the minting process when a coin blank meant for another denomination accidentally gets used for a penny. A 1977 Lincoln penny struck on a dime planchet has sold for over $150,000. Double die coins are created when the die that strikes the design onto the blank shifts slightly, creating a doubled image. A 1977 penny with a double date or Liberty inscription could easily fetch thousands to tens of thousands depending on condition. ****3. High-grade coins. **** Condition is king in the world of coin collecting. A 1977 penny graded MS 67 or higher, which means it's in near-perfect mint condition, can sell $4,700 to $15,000 or more. And the higher the grade, the higher the price. ***4. Experimental and unverified errors. ***. There are also rumors and verified instances of 1977 pennies struck on foreign planchets, such as aluminum or silver-colored blanks. If authenticated, these experimental errors are so rare that their market value could skyrocket, and some experts estimate a value of over $3.3 million for a flawless, unique specimen. Could you be a millionaire right now? Let that sink in for a moment. A single coin, smaller than your thumb, could be worth more than most people make in a lifetime. But here's the kicker: the lucky penny might already be in your possession. ***. Yes, you. Right now, ***. It could be in your change jar, slipped between couch cushions, or hidden in a roll of pennies from the bank. All it takes is 1 second of luck, and a keen eye. Many people who have stumbled upon these coins weren't even coin collectors. They were everyday folks, retirees, teenagers, school teachers, grocery store clerks, who suddenly found themselves the owners of a multi-million-dollar artifact. What to look for? So what exactly should you be looking for in your 1977 penny? Check the mint mark, look for small variations or misprints near the date, examine the weight, use a jeweler's scale. A standard copper penny from 1977 weighs about 3.11 grams. Anything significantly lighter or heavier may be an error. Inspect for doubling, look closely at the date and the word Liberty. A doubled image is a red flag, and by red flag, we mean a green flag for riches. Look for color and surface. Is your penny unusually shiny or a different color altogether? You may be holding a coin struck on the wrong metal. Consult a professional. If you think you found a rare one, do not clean it. Instead, send it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. Current market value. Now let's talk numbers. As of today, verified 1977 Lincoln pennies with major errors, high grades, or off-metal compositions have fetched prices ranging from a few $1,000s to millions. The highest verified sale to date? A jaw-dropping $3.3 million, for a near-perfect off-metal error penny from 1977, authenticated and graded at an elite level. Collectors are always on the hunt for that one in a billion coin. The market for rare U.S. coins is hotter than ever, and values continue to rise as new discoveries are made and demand explodes worldwide. Owning one of these rare Lincoln cents is like having a piece of hidden treasure in your hands, and for many, it's a dream come true. So, the next time you get change at the grocery store, the next time you see a penny on the sidewalk, don't walk past it. Pick it up. Inspect it. Because you just might be holding a $3.3 million miracle. This is not just a story about coins. It's a story about luck, history, mystery, and the chance to go from ordinary to extraordinary with something as simple as a 1977 Lincoln penny. A bright, engaging intro with an energetic soundtrack. The camera zooms in on an old, worn-out penny, which gleams under the light. Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters. What if I told you that something as small and simple as a penny could make you a millionaire overnight? Yes, you heard that right. Today, we're diving into one of the most coveted coins in the world, the 1968 Lincoln penny. This seemingly ordinary penny is hiding an extraordinary secret, a secret that could change your life forever. Cut to a dramatic close-up of a shiny 1968 Lincoln penny as it spins in the air. Stick around as we explore the history, the hidden value, and how a simple 1968 penny could be worth millions today. This is a coin story you don't want to miss. Let's get into it. History of the 1968 Lincoln penny, scene transition, historical black and white footage of the 1960s, showing people going about their daily lives, with a close-up on the penny as it drops into a jar. To understand the incredible value of the 1968 Lincoln penny, we have to first dive into its rich history. The Lincoln penny, first minted in 1909, has undergone several design changes throughout the years. In 1968, the U.S. Mint released a penny that would go on to become the subject of a unique coin phenomenon. Cut to a vintage image of President Abraham Lincoln, with his iconic image on the penny. At the heart of the penny is the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. His face has been gracing the penny for over a century. But what made the 1968 penny stand out was the fact that it was minted during a very specific time in American history. The year 1968 was a time of great change, political upheaval, civil rights movements, and the Vietnam War. Cut to a shot of the U.S. Mint building, then to a minting press stamping pennies. In 1968, the U.S. Mint produced over 4.5 billion pennies, making it one of the most widely circulated coins in history. It was the last year that the Mint would use the traditional copper alloy to create pennies before switching to a cheaper zinc-based composition. These pennies were mass-produced, used by nearly every American, and then forgotten, until now. The 1968 Lincoln penny's secret, error coins. So, what's the big deal with the 1968 penny? It's not just any ordinary penny. While most pennies minted in 1968 are worth just 1 cent today, there's a specific type of 1968 penny that can fetch a jaw-dropping price, thanks to a rare and valuable mistake made at the U.S. Mint. We're talking about the infamous 1968 double-die obverse error coin. Cut to a magnified image of a 1968 penny showing a double-die error. This double-die error occurred when the die used to stamp the design on the penny was misaligned during production. The result? A distinct doubling of the image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side of the coin. The doubling can be seen in Lincoln's beard, the date, and even in the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." It's a rare mistake, but for those lucky enough to find one, it could mean an incredible fortune. Why is the 1968 penny so valuable? Scene transition, a graphic showing a magnified view of the coin with the words, "rare and valuable," in bold letters. Now, you may be asking, why is this error coin so valuable? The answer lies in its rarity and the historical significance. Only a small number of 1968 double-die error pennies were ever produced, making them highly sought after by collectors. A coin like this is considered a piece of American history, a mistake, frozen in time, that tells a story about human error, craftsmanship, and the very nature of currency production. Cut to footage of coin collectors bidding at an auction. Even though most 1968 pennies are worth only 1 cent, the 1968 double-die error penny has captured the attention of collectors and numismatists worldwide. As the years go by, these error coins have become increasingly rare and valuable, pushing their prices to the millions. The $1,000,000 penny, asterisk scene transition, flashing images of luxury homes, sports cars, and piles of cash, asterisk. Now, here's where things get really exciting. In 2018, a lucky coin collector found a 1968 Lincoln penny with the double-die error, and it sold at auction for an eye-popping $3.3 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny worth just 1 cent in 1968 became a multi-million-dollar treasure. This remarkable sale shocked the world, and it proved that sometimes, the most valuable treasures are hidden in the most unexpected places. Cut to footage of a man excitedly holding up the penny he just sold at auction. Narrator: can you imagine being the person who discovers this penny in your pocket change? It's the stuff of dreams for coin collectors, but it's also a reminder that sometimes, luck can strike when you least expect it. A simple penny could be your ticket to a life of wealth and luxury. How to spot a valuable 1968 penny, asterisk scene transition. A detailed guide on how to identify a 1968 double-die error penny. Close-up shots of magnifying tools and coin inspection, asterisk. So, how do you know if you've got a $1,000,000 penny in your possession? Here's what to look for. Look for the double-die error. Asterisk. First, get yourself a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Examine the obverse side of the penny closely, particularly around Abraham Lincoln's face, the date, and the words, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If you see any doubling, meaning the design appears to be stacked or shifted in certain areas, you've got yourself an error coin. Show examples of normal pennies versus error pennies, highlighting the difference. Narrator: while you're checking your pennies, keep in mind that this error is incredibly rare. The vast majority of 1968 pennies are normal, so don't be discouraged if you don't find a double-die error right away. But if you do, congratulations, you might just be holding on to the next big thing in coin collecting. The legacy of the 1968 Lincoln penny, asterisk scene transition, a wide shot of a coin collection, with the 1968 Lincoln penny prominently displayed, asterisk. The 1968 Lincoln penny is more than just a piece of currency, it's a reminder that hidden treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. While the average 1968 penny is worth just 1 cent, the rare double-die error coin is worth millions, making it a true symbol of luck and fortune for coin collectors. Cut to a shot of a happy coin collector holding a 1968 penny. Narrator: whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting out on your coin collecting journey, always remember to keep your eyes peeled. That 1-cent coin in your change might just be the key to your financial future. Imagine this: a simple penny, the 1-cent coin that you probably find in your pocket or throw into the change jar. But what if I told you that one specific penny, a 1967 Lincoln cent, could make you a millionaire overnight? Yes, you heard that right. The value of a single 1967 Lincoln penny could be worth a jaw-dropping $3.2 million. Footage of a modern penny with a brief flashback to old black and white images of a 1967 coin. So how could a coin worth only 1 cent back in 1967 be worth millions today? Well, there's a fascinating story behind these coins, one that's rich with history, rarity, and of course, luck, on the 1967 Lincoln penny with a focus on the date and mint mark. The history of the 1967 Lincoln penny. Let's start with a little history. The Lincoln penny, officially known as the Lincoln cent, was first minted in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It became an iconic part of American currency, and ever since, it's been produced almost every year. However, the 1967 penny stands out for several reasons, especially when it comes to its rarity and potential for big money. Scene: footage of Abraham Lincoln's statue at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., transitioning to images of the 1967 minting process. In 1967, the U.S. Mint produced millions of pennies, just like they did every year. But what sets this particular year apart is that some of these pennies were struck with rare characteristics that make them incredibly valuable to collectors today. The reason for this rarity goes beyond just the minting process. It has to do with some unintentional errors, and sometimes, a bit of luck. Here's the kicker: not all 1967 pennies are worth millions. In fact, most of them are worth just 1 cent, as you'd expect. However, in the world of coin collecting, even the smallest differences can make a huge impact on value. The most valuable 1967 pennies are those that were struck with rare minting errors. Scene: animation showing a penny with a minting error, a double die or a striking flaw. Narrator, explaining tone: one of the most notable errors that can make a 1967 Lincoln penny worth a fortune is a double die error. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing the design, in this case, the image of Abraham Lincoln and the date, to appear twice or with a blurry, doubled effect. Collectors go crazy for these rare errors, and if you happen to stumble upon one, you could be holding a coin worth a lot more than just 1 cent. The myth of the $1 million penny. Now, let's talk about the $1 million stories that everyone wants to hear. Back in 2018, an incredibly rare 1967 Lincoln penny, with a double die error, was auctioned for a mind-blowing $3.2 million. Can you imagine? A single penny, which cost just 1 cent to make, being worth enough money to buy a mansion, a luxury car, and still have enough left over for a shopping spree. These types of stories have sparked a nationwide treasure hunt, with coin collectors and everyday people scouring through their change to find that lucky penny. And while not every 1967 penny is worth millions, finding one of these rare errors can change your financial future forever. What makes the 1967 penny worth so much? So, what exactly makes the 1967 Lincoln penny so valuable? Well, it's a combination of rarity, the error itself, and of course, the demand from collectors. The 1967 double die penny is especially sought after because of its visual appeal. The doubling effect creates an eye-catching, distinctive look. Plus, there are only a handful of these error coins out there, which makes them incredibly scarce. Time-lapse footage of a collector carefully examining a coin under a magnifying glass. And let's not forget about the importance of the market. Coin collecting is a hobby that's been around for centuries, and there's a huge community of collectors out there, all eager to get their hands on rare and valuable coins. When a coin like the 1967 Lincoln penny comes up for sale, it can generate a lot of buzz, leading to bidding wars and, in some cases, a sale price that's enough to make you rich beyond your wildest dreams. How to spot a valuable 1967 Lincoln penny? So how can you spot a potentially valuable 1967 penny in your pocket change? Well, it all comes down to a few key factors: a 1967 penny, using a magnifying glass to examine it. 1. Look for double die errors. As we mentioned earlier, the most valuable 1967 pennies are those with double die errors. The design of the coin will appear doubled, especially on Lincoln's face and the date point too. Check the mint mark. Some 1967 pennies were struck at different mints, and while the ones with errors are rare, certain mint marks can increase a penny's value. 3. Examine the condition. Like any collectible, the better the condition of the coin, the more it's worth. Pennies in pristine condition, with no wear or scratches, are highly desirable. Get expert help. ****. If you think you found a rare penny, it's worth having it professionally graded by a coin expert. They can confirm whether your coin has the characteristics that make it valuable. The future of the 1967 Lincoln penny. Will the value of the 1967 Lincoln penny continue to rise in the future? Well, coin experts predict that as more people learn about these rare coins and their potential worth, the demand for them could continue to grow. This could mean even higher prices for those lucky enough to own a 1967 penny with the right era. It's also possible that new discoveries will be made, increasing the rarity and value of these coins even further. So, if you've got a jar of pennies lying around, now might be the time to go through them and see if you've got a potential fortune on your hands. Who knows? That 1 cent could end up being worth millions. Swells as the 1967 Lincoln penny is placed in a protective case. Remember, the story of the 1967 Lincoln penny is proof that sometimes, luck can come in the smallest of packages. A simple penny, once overlooked by most, can be your ticket to becoming a millionaire overnight. So, keep an eye out, that lucky penny could be waiting for you. Scene fades out with a final image of the $3.2 million 1967 Lincoln penny in an auction house. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible stories like this one. Who knows? Your next penny might just change your life. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, so you never miss out on amazing stories from the world of rare coins, history, and fascinating finds. Today, we're diving into the unbelievable tale of the 1966 Lucky Lincoln penny, one of the most sought-after and valuable coins in the world. So grab your magnifying glasses, because this is going to be an exciting ride through time, history, and the world of high-stakes numismatics. What makes the 1966 Lucky Lincoln penny so special? The 1966 Lincoln penny may seem like just another standard coin at first glance, but trust me, it is anything but ordinary. Most of us are familiar with the classic image of Abraham Lincoln, sitting proudly on the obverse of the penny, surrounded by the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and 1966. However, there's something about this particular year and some very rare coins from the 1966 mintage that have caused a massive stir in the coin collecting world. What makes the 1966 penny special isn't the date alone, but rather the rare and almost magical variety of this coin, the so-called Lucky Lincoln penny. And when we say lucky, we mean lucky in every sense of the word, because if you happen to come across one of these extremely rare pennies, you could be holding an item worth millions of dollars. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly makes a 1966 penny so valuable? Well, let's break it down. The history behind the 1966 Lincoln penny, to understand the rarity of the 1966 Lincoln penny, we need to go back in time and explore the history of the Lincoln cent itself. First minted in 1909, the Lincoln penny was designed by Victor David Brenner and featured a profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the reverse showing the wheat stalks, symbolizing the United States' agricultural roots. This design stayed in place until 1959, when the wheat stalks were replaced by a memorial building, the Lincoln Memorial, which is what we see today on the reverse of modern Lincoln cents. By the time we reach 1966, the U.S. Mint was in full production mode, churning out millions of pennies every year. The United States was experiencing an economic boom, and the demand for currency was at an all-time high. The Mint didn't anticipate that a slight imperfection in their manufacturing process could lead to one of the rarest coins in history. In 1966, something very interesting happened. Some of the Lincoln pennies were accidentally struck with a die that was worn out and misaligned. As a result, these coins display a distinct error, a double die or a double strike error. This means that the image of Abraham Lincoln and the inscriptions on the coin appear as though they've been struck twice, making the coin appear blurry or shifted in places. This particular variety of the 1966 penny, the double die error Lincoln, is extremely rare. It is estimated that fewer than 10 of these coins are in existence today, and each one is worth a fortune. The value of the 1966 Lucky Lincoln penny, ***. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know. How much is the 1966 Lincoln penny worth? The answer is, it depends on the specific coin you have, and its condition. The regular 1966 Lincoln pennies, without any errors, are worth just 1 cent. But for those rare double die error pennies, the value skyrockets. As of the latest reports, a 1966 Lincoln penny with a double die error can be worth anywhere from $10,000 to $100,000, depending on the quality and condition of the coin. But the big news? A rare 1966 penny with a double die error recently sold for a staggering $3.1 million at auction, making it one of the most valuable coins in the world today. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny could potentially turn you into a millionaire overnight. Just imagine, all it takes is one lucky find to change your life forever. It's like finding a treasure buried in plain sight, but how did such an error coin become so valuable? Well, rarity is a big factor. The US Mint has a high level of precision in its coin production, so errors like the double die strike are extremely rare. When you combine that with the fact that these coins are more than 50 years old, you have a coin with both historical significance and rarity, two crucial factors that drive up the value. The market for rare coins, the world of rare coins is fascinating, and it's not just collectors who are buying these treasures. Investors are also pouring money into the numismatic market, betting that the value of rare coins will continue to rise. Coins like the 1966 Lucky Lincoln penny have become a kind of alternative investment, just like stocks or real estate, but it's not only about the money. Collectors and numismatists love these coins because they represent an incredible piece of history. Imagine holding a coin that was minted more than 50 years ago, and having the possibility of it being one of the most valuable pennies in existence today. It's like holding a tiny piece of American heritage in your hand. For many, the hunt for these rare coins has become an obsession. The thrill of searching through rolls of pennies, or sifting through pocket change in the hopes of discovering that one special coin, is a part of the excitement. And who knows? You could be the next person to find a 1966 Lincoln penny that will make you a millionaire. How to spot a 1966 Lincoln penny double die error, ***. So, you might be wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these rare 1966 double die error pennies? Great question. The good news is, with a little knowledge and a keen eye, you can easily spot a potential treasure in your pocket change. Here are a few things to look for. 1. Look for the double strike ***. The most noticeable feature of a double die error is the double image. On the obverse, look for a blurry or slightly shifted appearance of Abraham Lincoln's face. The inscription, Liberty, and the year, 1966, will also appear doubled or misaligned. On the reverse, the E pluribus unum and other text might also show signs of a double die. Point 2. Examine the quality ***. The better the condition of the coin, the more valuable it will be. A coin with sharp, clear details is worth much more than one that's heavily worn or damaged. Point 3. Check for provenance ***. If you suspect you have a valuable coin, it's a good idea to take it to a professional coin grader or a numismatic expert. They can confirm if your penny is indeed a double die error and give you an accurate assessment of its value. The $1 million penny, is it really possible? The story of the 1966 Lucky Lincoln penny isn't just about rare coins, it's about the dream of becoming a millionaire overnight. You might think it's too good to be true, but it's not just a myth. People have actually found these pennies and sold them for millions. There are reports of lucky individuals who purchased a roll of pennies at a garage sale or found a single penny tucked away in an old coin jar, only to discover that they were holding a treasure worth millions. In fact, there are stories of rare coins changing lives. One of the most famous examples is that of the 1943 copper penny, which is worth upwards of $1.7 million. But it's the 1966 Lincoln penny that has captured the imagination of collectors and investors alike. With one recent sale hitting a mind-blowing $3.1 million, the world is paying attention, and the hunt is on. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1966 Lucky Lincoln penny, a coin that can turn a regular person into a millionaire with just one lucky find. Whether you're a coin collector, an investor, or just someone who loves history, the 1966 Lincoln penny is a reminder that sometimes, luck really is on your side. If you've ever come across a rare coin, or if you've got a collection of pennies you've been holding on to, it might just be worth taking a closer look. Who knows? You could be holding the next $1 million penny. Have you ever thought that a single penny, yes, just one humble cent, could flip your entire life upside down? Imagine walking to your kitchen counter, finding a penny resting beside your keys, and realizing it's worth over $4 million. Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you that the 1965 Lincoln penny, a coin so common, you might have tossed it in a jar without a second thought, could be one of the rarest and most valuable coins ever discovered in American history? In this video, we dive deep into the unbelievable story behind the lucky 1965 Lincoln penny, a coin so elusive, so rare, that collectors and treasure hunters have spent decades searching for it. And today, we unravel the mystery that could quite literally make you a millionaire overnight. The penny that changed everything, let's wind the clocks back to 1965. America was going through a time of intense change. The civil rights movement was in full force, the Vietnam War was escalating, and the U.S. Mint was undergoing one of its most turbulent years in coin production history. In 1965, due to a national coin shortage, the U.S. government took drastic measures to eliminate silver from dimes and quarters. Coin production was chaotic. Mistakes happened. And that's where this incredible story begins. Among the millions of pennies minted that year, a tiny number were struck under extraordinary and mysterious circumstances, on rare leftover bronze planchets that should have never been used. These accidental coins are the holy grail of U.S. pennies. Most 1965 pennies are made from copper and zinc, but these rare few? They were struck on bronze planchets, the kind used in earlier years. This mistake created a unique anomaly that makes these pennies astronomically valuable today. Now here's where it gets wild. One of these extremely rare 1965 Lincoln pennies surfaced in a private auction not long ago, and it sold for a jaw-dropping $4.3 million. Yes. 1 cent. $4.3 million, why is this coin so special? It's not just the error that makes it valuable, though that's a big part. The real magic lies in the coin's perfect preservation, mysterious origin, and incredibly limited number in existence. In fact, some experts believe less than 10 genuine examples exist in the entire world. This isn't just a collector's item. It's a national treasure. Even more incredible? These coins were circulated, yes, that means they ended up in people's pockets, piggy banks, and change jars. That means someone, somewhere, might be holding on to one right now, without ever knowing its value. It could be you. The history and the hunt, after 1964, the U.S. Mint was under pressure to make massive numbers of coins. So much so, that they used every available resource, sometimes even leftover materials from previous years. Some bronze blanks intended for 1964 pennies were accidentally used in early 1965 production runs at certain mints, mostly Philadelphia and Denver. That mistake led to a handful of coins being born with the wrong metal composition. These coins looked like normal pennies but weighed slightly more and had a distinct ring when dropped, and while the mint tried to cover up these errors and melt down any that were found, a few of them slipped through the cracks and into circulation, and once collectors caught wind of the anomaly, the hunt began. Current market value, millionaire makers. Today, if you're lucky enough to find one of these 1965 bronze Lincoln pennies, you're not just looking at a few $1,000s. You're staring at a potential multi-million-dollar payday. Depending on the coin's condition, color, and strike quality, collectors and investors are willing to fork over between $250,000 to over $4.30 million for a single specimen. This is not hype. These coins have made headlines in international auctions, with bidding wars pushing prices into the stratosphere. One such penny was discovered in a forgotten shoebox, mixed with dozens of regular coins. The owner had no idea, until a sharp-eyed friend noticed something strange. A week later, he was a millionaire. How to check your change, ***. So how can you spot this miraculous coin? Start by checking the date. It must say 1965. Then, check the color and weight. A genuine bronze 1965 penny will weigh about 3.11 grams, slightly more than the standard copper zinc version. If it looks older, richer in color, and slightly heavier, you might be on to something. Next, get it authenticated. Take it to a trusted coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can test the composition and verify its authenticity. Don't clean it. Don't tamper with it. And definitely don't spend it. Other valuable pennies to watch for, ****, and hey, the 1965 penny isn't the only one that could make you rich. Keep your eyes open for other valuable Lincoln cents like the 1943 copper penny worth over $1 million, the 1955 double-die penny, valued up to $125,000, the 1972 double-die, a favorite among collectors, and any misprint, off-center strike, or coin with unusual coloration. Sometimes it's the smallest things in life that hold the biggest treasures. So before you toss your change into the vending machine, take one more look. That dull old penny might just be your golden ticket. A simple 1965 Lincoln cent, forgotten by most, could unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and dreams realized. What if you're holding it right now? Check your pockets. Dig through that coin jar. And maybe, just maybe, your next penny is worth millions.